products from Samsung. You from Samsung?
Sorry? He's Korean.
Right. So I noticed it from your name anyway, but are you from Samsung? You with Samsung now?
No.
You said you're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Samsung Thailand. And it is a product. So once again, so we switch back to not just the campaign, not the campaign, but the products matters. So switch back to the product matter a little bit more. And this is what they called touchable ink. So the ink that can be touched. So let's see how it goes.
น้องบอล
การใช้เทคโนโลยีก็มีข้อดี แต่เราจะขาดในส่วนของความถูกต้องของภาษา
เราจะไม่ทราบตัวสะกดครับผม
ความรู้สึกในการอ่านอักษรเบรลด้วยปลายนิ้วมือของตัวเองเนี่ยเรารู้สึกภูมิใจในตัวเอง ว่าเราเป็นคนอ่านเองเนี่ยเราก็อ่านเองได้ไม่ต้องพึ่งใคร
อรรถรสได้มากกว่าแน่นอน แล้วก็คำบางคำหรือวลีบางวลีถ้าอ่านด้วยมือของตัวเองรู้สึกว่ามันจำได้มากกว่า แต่ว่าต้นทุนในการผลิตเนี่ยจะค่อนข้างสูง ก็เลยทำให้หนังสือเบรลอาจจะมีออกมาให้บริการค่อนข้างน้อยค่ะ
เครื่องปริ้นอักษรเบรลเครื่องหนึ่งมีเครื่องประมาณเท่าไหร่
เป็นแสนอยู่นะคะ
เป็นอุปกรณ์ที่มีความจำเพาะ และนำเข้ามาจากต่างประเทศนะครับ
The Touchable Ink, a special ink that transforms home printers into braille printers, created by mixing embossing powder with ink. Load it onto any home printer. Convert text into braille, print it out, heat it up with any household item. Your printing paper is now braille paper.
ก็รู้สึกดีใจมากนะคะที่ได้มีส่วนในการซัพพอร์ตโครงการดีๆจากการที่เอเจนซี่เข้ามาคุยนะคะทำไงที่ให้โอกาสของคนตาบอดหรือว่าผู้พิการทางสายตาเนี่ยสามารถที่จะเรียนรู้ได้กว้างขึ้นจากหนังสือเบรล
The Touchable Ink,
ยาลดไข้
an affordable way that helps improve their everyday lives.
ลองแกะอ่าน
รักแรกมีน้อย
Touchable ink. The ink that transforms normal paper to a braille paper. So the cost of the braille printer again is it's $15,000. So it's about 450K baht. And this, so the first thing first, the ink costs 2,000 baht. So it's significant now, you see, 450 and 2. Please. Yes, regular laser printer. So they try they try with the how can we call it, the inkjet before. It didn't work, and it took them about 3 years to be able to do something with the normal printer. The objective is to use it with the normal printer to make it affordable. Please.
So I actually think the commercial was again just for the judges, right?
Right.
So I actually think that it's something really touching because it's like for the people that can see, which means you give them or they give them something at least so they can communicate in private with each other, which I think is a really nice thing and a really heartwarming story. So I think it's like 2,000 baht. It is a lot.
and the 2,000 baht haven't required a lot, but compared with the normal ink, it's very really fine actually. So it's fine. So please.
I like how the story was built up, because in comparison to the other adverts, this one had a lot more customer focus. It started off showing the problem, a bit like the first advertisement that we saw, but then after that, it actually showed how it was a solution to blind people and how they could easily apply it, and it also showed them how they experience using the product, like the difference that it made. That I feel like got a lot of points because it shows how you actually increase customer value.
So you like the story as well. You like the story as well. The very beautiful way of saying things and the way that they built up the story, very nice way of thinking. And the more importantly, the target group is clear. The target group is clear. Yes, please.
I feel like the structure of this advertisement story is quite clear because like they show the program for the blind people first, and then the codes to the next. Like codes is like price very expensive for the ordinary printers.
Alright.
Then after that, they show the solution by themselves. Like that is the Samsung solution, and so like this is like very logically convincible to the customers, and also like maybe we can understand that how serious it is for their program. So yeah, it's very like compared to the former ones, maybe it's quite better.
Right. Thank you. Jake, please.
I also like the ad, and whatever the structure of the ad is fine, makes sense. It's a lot like, I mean, there's a lot of Thai ads like this that are heartwarming. Or you watch the movie about the father dying and the girl overcoming adversity and then going to 7-Eleven or something, right? And sometimes the heartwarming story doesn't match with the product it's trying to sell or trying to promote. But I think this Touchable Ink, it's a CSR from Samsung, but it's it sort of it connects with their business, right? Selling technology, innovating, trying to improve. So I think it's actually a really good ad.
I see. So the first part of your talk was about the fact that it's emotional, of course, but we got this kind of emotional ads all around, and sometimes the emotion and the product might not that matched up. But this one is fine. But the other part is the product itself seems to be very good. In terms of the business as well. So you see, once it comes to printer, it's printer. So we talk about the cost of the ink, the quality of the printing techniques and everything. But for this one, so every brand claims that high quality, low price, high quality, low price. But this one is going to be different in terms of business, right? Anything else?
What the target group of this ad?
For the ad itself, it's for the judges, but for the product itself, it's for the blind. Please.
People who can see this video are not blind, but going to use this product.
They need to come up with some new version of the ads to let the blind understand how to use it.
Touchable video.
So the touchable, so especially the part of
People
detail.
in this class we are not
No.
going to use it.
But for the judges, just for the judges, just to for your information actually. But you see, please.
You see something you really connected to, you really feel like emotional about, you're going to talk about this, and you're going to tell others, and others going to tell the blind, and someone has to set it up for them anyways because they don't know where to put it. So it's actually fine if they don't see how to use it, but they know that it exists.
So in terms of word of mouth, it might be the way to go. The spread around, it might be able to spread it around. And what I have to say is, in terms of not just like all of us who got to say things, can we use the ink? We talk about it in the judging room, and we said yes, we can use it. I have been with used from SCG, right? Cement building materials. So I got to be with SCG's packaging, and I've been an advisor to a packaging company in Thailand for quite a while, and then I like it a lot because in terms of packaging, if you can actually print something out in a touchable way, it increases the value of packaging right away, and it is not a very easy technique. So in terms of normal people, then we can see the applications. They haven't talked about it though. If they talked about it, it might be better in the ads, but it might be confusing as well. So who will be your target group? For this one, you need to go focus on one target group, go for it, and go for it. And we cannot be everything for everyone, once again. You can print out a card for someone, and it is possible. And the value of the card might be increased using the touchable ink. Please.
I think, actually, regardless of my nationality, Samsung's advertisement, this one is really, really, really awesome and reasonable because the main buyer of this product is their family. It's not blind, so it was enough to move their family and how this advertisement well explain how to use, and the price is nothing to their family who take care of them all the time. So I think that this advertisement is really well
So if
created.
it is an advertisement for the real customer, it might be possible as well, you say, because the family members will be the one who actually buy the product for the blinds. Possible, it is possible. But what they try to convince us is the fact that the target group, the main target group, happen to be the blind people, but there might be some secondary target groups. Right? It is possible. It seems that you like it. Let's see how it goes. So if you think this one deserves bronze award, please raise your hand. No. If you think it deserves silver award, please raise your hand. If you think it deserves gold, please raise your hands. Well, we discussed a whole lot about it. It's silver award. Just because there was a better one. There was a better one because we got one gold award for each category, and we said sorry about them, but we got a better one that year, and we will talk about the better one later on. But not the next one. In the judging room, we mentioned what you have already mentioned, right? Very emotional, and it's the real business. It's the real business, and it can be the innovation that locked their customers in, because it's different, right? So it's not just CSR, do something good for people and society. No, where something good for society, and then it's the business, and also the application of the touchable ink. I've been doing plenty. So it's the growth of business as well, right? And fits well with the Samsung brand, right? Innovation, right? A good life, better life, right? That's Samsung brand. So it's wonderful, right? There is something better. And you see there might be something better that year. Sorry about them. But it's very, very good. The next one. Oh, this one is very interesting. This one. So for this Adnan Award, the Adnan Award is just the local Oscar, but the global Oscar is Cannes Award. And in the Cannes Award ceremony, Thai agencies has never got the Grand Prix Award before. This is the first Grand Prix of Cannes of a Thai agency ever. They got the Grand Prix from Cannes first. Then they submitted to Adnan. So what should we do? Let's see how it goes. It's not just Gold Award from Cannes, it's Grand Prix, grand prize.
ภาพสนามบอลแปลกๆอันนี้
อยู่ย่านคลองเตยคุณผู้ชมฮะเป็นสนามฟุตบอลรูปตัว L นะฮะ
แต่ว่าเวลาที่เขาไม่มีพื้นที่แบบนี้เนี่ยสิ่งที่เราจะเห็นเลยเขาจะกลับมาอยู่กับตัวเองและอาจจะเริ่มอยู่กับอะไรที่เขาสนใจเฉพาะมากๆซึ่งมีโอกาสที่จะมีปัญหาตามมาได้
วัยรุ่นในชุมชนแออัดก็ต้องการพื้นที่ที่จะแสดงออกอย่างสร้างสรรค์เหมือนวัยรุ่นทุกๆคนแต่พื้นที่ที่เขาอยู่อาศัยกลับไม่เอื้ออำนวยไม่มีเชฟไม่มีรูปทรง
แค่เราเอาความคิดสร้างสรรค์นะครับไปใส่ในพื้นที่ที่ทุกคนมองข้ามเราก็จะได้พื้นที่ใช้สอยใหม่ๆที่ประโยชน์กับชุมชนเรา
The unusual football field. So it is the Cannes Awards Grand Prix, but more importantly, one of the most important innovations of the year by Time magazine. The first time ever of any Thai company. What should we do? Please.
So what is the target of
So it's branding campaign. It's branding campaign for AP. AP is the property development, and what the AP said they would like to be the company of the brand that stands for creative space. So it's for, you see, it's space and creativity. So creative space. Please. They might like to try to convince the judges that this is very good, very good, very good. You need to give us the gold award or even Grand Prix. If not, you're going to be silly. So, yeah, but it's too much, right? The judges said that. Too much. We all know about it. In the marketing field, we all know about the unusual football field anyway. We didn't really have to actually take a look at the campaign. We got to know about the campaign very well. So, any feedback, comments, more? Please.
Actually, AP is the joint venture partner of my company.
Yeah. Do they like it? Do they like it?
Yeah, sure. They are very proud of it, and also we are very proud of their partner as well. And so the very good point of this campaign or this CSR, the example is that usually property development companies are only purchasing the lands from those kind of areas. But on the other hand, that kind of small lands, which is in this commercial, we they change the usage of the football field, but that is too small to build a condominiums or anything. So usually our property developers not interested in those areas, and also that kind of the very messy areas are very difficult to make our business. That's why, so yeah, maybe normally property developers are interested in big land plot, easy to purchase or something. But anyway, they get into that kind of difficult areas and then cooperate to them. Maybe in the future, those people willingly to sell the land to them. But it's not just the second effect. But first of all, they want to cooperate to that area to improve their life or something like that. So that's why their behavior changed the point of view for the developers as well. Not only their company, but also sometimes developer can do some good things. So that's why this advertisement and this campaign is very impressive, I think.
Right. In terms of the property development company, this is not normal at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes people call them sharks. Right, try to find some places and then buy it, and then try to build something up, sell it, run away.
Yep.
That happens all the time. So this is not just about having some good places for the kids. It might be able to change the mindset of people in the industry. So it might be the reason why they got the Grand Prix from Cannes as well. So many factors. So many good factors about this campaign. But you can take a look at it once again, and you can talk about the negative part as well if you like.
Who pay for the maintenance of the football field?
Wonderful. So who will pay for the maintenance costs of the football field? No one.
How can you ensure that when they created this football field, the children will be better than what they try?
Actually, I think that might be the problems of the campaign, and that's the reason why they got the doctor, the female doctor, came into the video clip and talked about the effect of having no such area, right? So they might have some of the questions in terms of the management of the areas and also the effect of having this area before. So they try to convince us that there is some correlation between this good area and better lives of the kids.
But this is the main reason on this section, because all the is like the very back up and with the low income.
Right.
So this is the main reason that children behave that way.
I don't know. You might have some problems about it, right? So is the area the main reason? Do people tackle the problem in the right angle? I don't know.
I sort of wonder what came first, the idea for the ad or the actual construction of soccer fields in low-income areas. If I was cynical, I would say that they looked for unusual soccer field like spaces to meet the conditions of the ad.
Right. So I think it might be about the unusual football field first, and try to build some story out of it.
And then find 3 strange spaces, and then fill the soccer field.
Right. And then try to find 3 strange places that looks like a heart shape. One of them. Right. Possible. We don't really know. But at least they've done some good deeds. They don't really have to do it. One thing. That's the one thing. Right? But they have done it. Right, that's the second thing. So but you can have some doubts about it. So that is good parts. If you think about the negative part, we can think about some negative parts, of course, right? Because we learn that nobody perfect, no marketing perfect. Any other comments from you at all? Please. Actually, it should be all about, so the video clip itself, once again, for the judges, but for the campaign itself, it's for brand communication. It's not for selling anything, but just for brand communication. I think that would be the way it is.
And it plays in the TV or...
So this one, for the judges, for the judges.
Is this the same ad that was played for you guys as
Right,
which was
it's
played
the
at
one,
Cannes?
yeah, it's the
I
one.
also feel like this might play better towards a foreign audience who
Mhm.
has some sort of stereotype of Thailand being undeveloped.
So, and how come?
I don't know. I look at this and I think this is not what Thailand actually looks like. So,
Alright. So maybe they just use the same video clip.
If I put my Farang hat on, I'll say, oh yeah, this is what I expect Thailand to look like. But if I live here for many years, I will say this is very rare to find a situation like this.
Right. So maybe they happen to be too lazy and then got this video clip already for the Cannes.
Yeah.
Then, but that's right. The Cannes Lion happen to be right there. It's for the Cannes. So we got the same video clip for Ant-Man. It should be it should have been well crafted for the Thai judges actually. So we don't talk about all the awards that much because the Thai judges got to know about all of them already, and do something else, right? Make it better. Talk about the way that they convince people in the industry to change the mindset. Something else. So, your turn. If you think this one deserves bronze award, please raise your hand. Okay. You're very harsh. How about silver award? Please raise your hand. Silver. Silver, please. Silver. Okay. How about gold? If you think it deserves gold anyway, raise your hand. Then, MBA English program, you gave the unusual football field the Grand Prix Cannes Award, silver. And the judges gave them silver award as well. And we talk about all these things. So, customize, please. What else? Sustainability, please. So after a while, we got the news about the construction matters and the quality of the materials that they use. The material might not be that good, and the materials are not that durable. and we heard about it quite much, and we talk about it with the owner of the campaign and the agency called CJ Works, and we said you should go for a better quality materials, and he said that's the budget matters. And how about the sustainability? We have done the way we have done. So we got this kind of contract, and we have done what we need to do for our own contract, and that's it. That's the way an agency works. And we said, but that's not what we can give you gold award. On the other hand, right? So, and sometimes this one gives negative words for AP after a while because of the quality of the materials that they use. So nobody perfect, no marketing perfect. And after a while, you get to see things in a better and clearer way. And that's the way it is. It's silver award. And the touchable ink is, for us, is better. The touchable ink. The next one, so I got 2 more video clips for you tonight. The next one is motor repellent.
ก็เป็นนวัตกรรมที่จะเปลี่ยนแปลงทางอีสานตัวนี้มาทดแทนและโดยที่ไม่มีอันตรายอาศัยให้จักรยานยนต์ที่อยู่ในชุมชนอยู่แล้วเนี่ยเป็นผู้นำพาไปให้มันไม่เฉพาะผู้นำเองชาวบ้านเองบางกลุ่มมันไม่ใช่แล้วตอนนี้ทุกคนต้องร่วมรับผิดชอบร่วมกัน
Motor repellent.
How much does it cost to produce one?
Right, 3,000 baht. 3,000 baht. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
How long does it work? How
About 3 days, and then you need to refill it using the oil. So it's lemongrass, right? It won't kill mosquitoes, right? So it's fine.
I mean, how long can we use this? Like when?
Oh, for the device itself, forever. And so once it comes to the cost, this is interesting. So the first question of the judges happened to be the cost of it, that is 3,000 baht, and we said no. This is actually just wrong. And no. And they said the target group of this one is Duong Prateep Foundation. Duong Prateep Foundation is a foundation again. It's not for profit and it's not non-government. It's a real foundation. And they got the budget of 3,000 baht each. And then we serve them using the budget that they got. So the cost might not be the factor. That's from the presentation. Please.
How can we guarantee that the gas that comes from that is not harmful for the packing of mosquito?
Right. and it won't kill mosquito. It's lemongrass. The pollution, right? It took them quite a while as well. For each innovation, at least a year, to actually actually not just invent it, but experiment it and understand the effect. And is that the effect is like. Yeah, that's true. But for this category, the innovative idea, they got 10 minutes to present. So they came to the judging room and present. As you know, I can answer your question a little bit, but sometimes we got the same questions anyway. Yeah, I don't know about it. I don't know about it. We talk about the shape, right, of each motorbike and the version of each motorbike. And this is a good thing about it. It's about magnetic parts. And then the design of the device fits well with any motorbike.
Two questions, please. One is if it generates more noise than
Just the same noise.
And the second one is if this is the replica one where the mosquito go because the motorbike has run on the road, right? And if you repel the mosquito from the road, it go into the home.
They could go into your house. You see? So that's my point. That's my question. So 3 meters from the motorbike in the slum area, then 3 meters from the motorbike, that's houses. So you actually have more mosquitoes in the house then, right? There's something wrong there. Please. So without the presentation, I mean the 10 minutes presentation in the ad itself, in the video clip itself, there should be more some information about the technology, right? But the ad is fine, right? The ad is fine, and the fact that and this is the good part about it. So instead of coming up with a new thing in life, just actually attach this device to something that people use it anyway, right? That's motorbike. So the origin of that idea may be quite fine, but then the technique, the application, then is different story. Anything else from you? No. So it's time to vote. If you think this one deserves bronze award, please raise your hand. Bronze. 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 If you think it's silver award, please raise your hand. How come you got to be generous this time? How about gold? If you think it's gold award. If you think it's no award, you see, it's actually, it's between no and bronze. It's between no and bronze, right? And at the end of the day, yeah, the origin of the idea when we just find, say, and try to attach something for the daily life, but the application is not that good at all. Just like what happened with the Absol plate, the dirt, right? This time you actually and at the end you got some more mosquitoes in your house. Right, something wrong there. So it was a bronze award, And the next one is this one. So the next one is not actually just the product itself. The next one is about campaign, and the category of the next one is actually IMC. IMC is integrated marketing communication. So it's everything. So it is one of the most difficult categories of AdMan. So you need to integrate many tools together, right, to communicate, to get your objectives done, right? So the IMC campaign, and is this one.
เป็นการสกัดออกมาจากสารทาซึ่งอยู่ในปอดของผู้ที่เสียชีวิตจากการสูบบุหรี่และปอดถูกทำลายขนาดนี้เลิกสูบบุหรี่กันนะคะ
Health Foundation, the Health Promotion Foundation, again, a message from the lungs for those who need.
Is the ink touchable?
Sorry?
Is the ink touchable? Can it be read by a blind person?
You could try. I asked them to give you one. So, what do you think?
How much did it cost?
No cost.
No, I mean like, the ad says that there were some kind of work the John University to actually produce ink.
Right.
Like, they must have done some kind of research or
Right.
some work on that.
And the cost in terms of time, 2 or 3 years. But it's not just the time to extract the ink from people's lungs, it's the time to get the permit chain, to get enough lungs to extract the ink and many other things. It takes time. It's not just the one who donated the lung, the relatives of the one who donated the lungs as well.
The first thought that comes to mind is that whether it is worth it to do all these things instead of doing some research or doing something else to actually cure cancer.
Right. So you're doing some research here to some cancers. So compare with, I don't really know about it. But it's impactful on the size of a 500% increase for the one who actually entered this quit smoking program.
How many lungs
I don't know, sorry.
It's my favorite ad so far. It's the only one that gave me some goosebumps actually.
Oh, yeah.
Really, yeah, made me want to quit smoking. But I never smoked before. I'll take it up to quit it. But the problem, I think, like the start was, I think, really convincing, but the end is kind of I think it like peters down a bit. Again, it goes to Chong Sam and all of the the TV shows and that kind of thing. It's like a little bit bragging again. I think it loses some momentum at the end.
Instead of talking about the campaign itself,
yeah.
when it comes to the notion of the effect of the campaign, it's more about
I think it loses some artistry. Right?
Artistry,
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the ad.
authenticity.
Authenticity, true. Yeah.
So yeah.
Also,
possible.
a lot of grammatical errors too.
A lot of grammatical
Yeah.
errors. Thank you. Yeah. So, but for that, it tells something. For the grammar matters. It tells something, right? So if it is speaking, it is like once it comes to the competition, then it matters sometimes. Once it comes to the presentation in the class, it matters sometimes, many times. I should say, some senior professors, you see, they can be very strict about the typos and everything, right? But we learn. So, any more feedback, comments? Yes, please.
So, like at the beginning of the ad, it actually already says that 90% of smokers want to quit. So this ad is actually convincing people to quit smoking, but I think it's less effective because 90 people already feel that they want to quit. They just don't know how.
Right.
So instead of trying to convince them, I think it's better to kind of like, I think the hardest thing for smokers is that they do quit, but then they come back and smoke again because they don't have the strong enough will. So instead of addressing, trying to convince them to quit, actually give them the knowledge.
So spend this much money to do something else. That's what you said. Just kind of the same thing. Spend this much time to do something else in terms of research to cure cancers. Right?
Or maybe preventing people from starting on smoking in the beginning.
Preventing people from start smoking.
Have an ad target towards children or vibrant teenagers.
It's debatable. Right? But if we think about the target group is the current smokers, then it's fine. So, it's time to vote. So if you think this one deserves bronze award, please raise your hand. Bronze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If you think it's actually silver award, please raise your hand. Silver awards. If you think it's actually gold award, please raise your hand. Yeah. Then more gold this time, and it's actually gold award. It's gold award. Right. So compare this one with touchable ink. We talk about it quite a lot, and at the end of the day, this one is better in the sense that it's very impactful. So the message itself very strong. Think about it. It's from advertising agency who talk about business all the time. It's time to reduce the usage. It's not increasing the usage. It's reducing the usage. It's a different way of thinking, right? So that's what we call demarketing. It's not marketing. Demarketing is reducing the usage. Right? So in terms of demarketing, sometimes we talk about smoking habits, drinking habits, gambling, right? And sometimes we use demarketing with luxury products and brands. Do not use these products and brands that much because using it everywhere will reduce the value of it. Some some very top brands in the world try to limit the numbers of bags around, numbers of their watches around, in order to increase the value of the brands. That is possible as well, right? And this one is not just the message itself. The message is very strong, but it is about the result. We try to actually verify if the result is true, and then someone called many authorities, and we found that the result of 500% increase is true. So baby sells gold. That's the thing. That's the thing. So it is a gold award, and so we got some time left. So I would love to show you one more, the last one. Then.
You didn't tell me that last time in the car. That was a good call.
It's going to be very short, 45 seconds, and that's it. This is the shortest one ever. This is the shortest one ever. It's the campaign again, not the product. It's the campaign from the same organization again. I love the fact that they love to come up with new ideas all the time. The Thai Health Promotion Foundation. Speed lies you.
ก่อนที่คุณจะขับรถเร็ว คุณจ่ายทัศน์อุโมงค์หรือยัง
By the English version.
ทฤษฎีวิสัยทัศน์อุโมงค์คือ
So I haven't got the English version, but I'm going to show you anyway. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to understand. Oh, then I got the English version.
ก่อนที่คุณจะขับรถเร็ว คุณรู้จักทฤษฎีวิสัยทัศน์อุโมงค์หรือยัง ทฤษฎีวิสัยทัศน์อุโมงค์คือ เมื่อคุณขับรถเร็ว คุณจะมองเห็นชัดแค่ด้านหน้าตรงนี้ ด้านข้างจะเบลอแล้วเมื่อยิ่งขับเร็วขึ้นไปอีก คุณก็จะมองไม่เห็นอะไรเลย นอกจากตรงนี้ แล้วจะเป็นยังไงต่อนั่นเลย
Speed lies you. That's it. Comments, feedback. Right. So very impactful, easy to understand, straight to the point, and give you some reason to believe. But we all know that speed lies us. So how come? So it's the tunnel vision theory.
I liked that the beginning of the ad was quite playful, and I was maybe thinking a happy ending would happen. And then it really shocked me at the end when you even see him smash into the oncoming car. So I think the juxtaposition is outstanding.
Right. So the message is just like that, and your question might be about, so what happened next? Was he killed? I don't know.
No.
Sorry. Do you like the dog?
Yeah.
Just a skimming. It is skilled.
Yeah, and I think it's quite less scary than most dogs.
All right.
Not only that dogs like there's the impact in life, but if you were to use like a kid or a person, it might cause a more tragic and people would not like to add as much. So the dog is like a
Dog is the right choice. I think so, right? And we all, the judges thought so, right? No, it's the right choice for this one. If not, we might have this kind of argument. So what should, if we were him, what should we do, right? So that this human's life and this human's life, so many other things, which is not the point. The point is the no vision theory and speed lies view. It seems that my gestures are now tired, and then it's time to vote. So, okay, let's vote. So if you think this one deserves bronze, please raise your hand. Bronze, no. If you think this one deserves silver award, please raise your hands. And if you think this one deserves gold award, please raise your hand. You think this one deserves gold award, it's silver. It's silver. So compare with the previous one, the efforts and everything. This one is very, very good, right? But I love to tell you one thing. It should not be that long. It can be very short, but concise, clear, convincing, right? And just direct to the point, and it is just like this. Speed lies too. That happens. Then they got the silver award, right away, which is just good one. So you might have something in your mind. So what the criteria of getting bronze, silver, or gold? Interestingly, no criteria. Just the feeling. It's all about the advertisement matter sometimes, right? And that's what happens. So, what have you learned so far? So if I can think about the five takeaways for our introduction class tonight, so please.
I would say that emotions are really important.
Right, so one thing. Emotion. That's my point as well, please.
It's way to show at the beginning what the problem is and then all your qualities that make it.
So clear objective. Is that correct? And I would like to add clear target group as well. In terms of targets, I mean audience. But for this one, it's objectives. What else? So impact matters. So there is results. So sometimes people say ends justify the mean. The end justifies the mean, and sometimes people say the mean justifies the ends. But if you would like to get the awards, then both end at the end and the mean matters. So what else for me, I think, good deed helps. Right? It's not just business matters. Sometimes you talk about social responsibility, and that helps. It's not just a business. It's good feeling, it's good emotion, not just for the judges, for the producers, for the brand itself, or also for the audience. Right? Good deed helps. two more important points that I like to actually give you as a summary today. We talk about the fact that we cannot be everything for everyone. It fits well with clear targets. And nobody perfect, no marketing perfect. Even the Go Awards, you can see some bad parts about it, right? And I think that brings me to the end of our class tonight. So, any other comments, feedback? No questions? No. So let's call it a night and see you next week. Thank you very much.
Friday.
Oh, Friday.